memories, and with these memories, of course, indeed, it allows us to also have a reflection into the past, into the things that we have done in the past, and of course work out ways to getting it better and getting by in the present as we look forward to a beautiful future, right? And yes, as you lay your bed, so you lie on it. So it's just what it is. And this is me saying welcome to a brand new day. It is a Tuesday. Well, how did you sleep last night? How did it go with you? I mean, the strike by the NLC, the Organized Labor, NLC, TUC together, respectively. Man, it's not really going down well. Well, I didn't quite feel so nicely. I don't know about you, though, but, well, some would say that what should be done has to be done. My thoughts, why do we always resort to this every time? Okay, welcoming you to a Tuesday and hoping that Tuesday will be better than Monday in terms of what is going on between the federal government and the organized labor. Good thing that there was a meeting held with the president as through the SGF representing the government, made some sort of progress where they have come to a place of, compromise. And there should be an upward, review of the 60,000 naira that the federal government put as a benchmark for what the minimum wage should be. Well, we'll get into that conversation come 9 o'clock. But for now, let me greet you in the way that I know how to. I'd like to say Ajife. I'd like to say Nakwana. I'd like to say Akara. I'd like to say Ndewonu. I'd like to say Olodudu. I'd like to say Messiere. And finally, Una. Good morning. My name is Uduak Daniel, and I'm going to be holding it down from now up until the 10 o'clock a.m. mark. That's right. When we get my colleague coming up here to take you through the Midday Extra show. Alrighty, but for now, this is the breakfast show. We call it the Eagles Morning Rise, and this segment of it is called The Pages. What do we do on The Pages? Now, what we do, in case you're just tuning in for the first time, is that we go into the front pages and sieve out all of the headlines making the rounds on the front pages. And in the course of the discourse, you also get the opportunity to adding your voice loudly and clearly in the most civil and responsible way to the discourse, right? Okay, but then I've got certain things that I need to let you in onto. One of such would be the fact that, look, we have an online television, right? Get on to the YouTube channel at Eagles FM. Do well to subscribe and you would see what's going on in the studio. Get on to the Twitter handle at Eagles FM. Do well to give us a following and you would indeed see all that is going on in the studio. So you get to match the voice with the face as well as the ambience, because the ambience is all glam. I tell you the truth. But then it doesn't just stop at the YouTube channel as well as the Twitter handle. You can as well get onto the Facebook page wall at Eagles FM Abuja. That's right, I said it. Eagles FM Abuja. EAGLES FM Abuja. And you would find that what I'm saying is the truth. Give us a like, give us a following, and you would be glad you did. All right, we got the bragging rights because you gave it to us. And so you should know certain things just before we jump into the dailies proper. All right, now, organized labor threw the nation into darkness after shutting down the national grid in the wee hours of Monday. Just the wee hours. I was just enjoying that power supply just before I knew it. It was gone. Right. It didn't feel so good. And here I thought it was going to be restored, but it didn't feel like it. Now, it was the first day of the indefinite strike. It's called to protest the stalled talks on minimum wage. Another thing is the fact that the federal government has agreed, yay, to a minimum wage higher than 60,000 naira. Now, the agreement was reached after the first day of an indefinite strike declared by the organized labor. At the end of the meeting, a communique was issued. Can y'all just call off the strike already, please, in going down with us? Well, then, the Muslim rights concern, that is the MURIC, has raised an alarm over the effect of the strike embarked upon by labor on thousands of Nigerian pilgrims and the airlifting operation of the National Hajj Commission, NACON. Well, it said that a plane sent to airlift pilgrims from Nigeria to Saudi Arabia was turned empty by striking aviation workers. Right, I know how that disappointment can feel, but then Comrade Daniel Umaru Lagi, the father of the former Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice in Nasarawa State, Innocent Lagi, was killed by unidentified gunmen following his abduction a few days ago. Now, I learned about the abduction, but killing? That part? Well, the late Comrade Lagi was kidnapped on Tuesday, May 28th in Wamba by unknown gunmen. His soul rest in peace. And now is the time for security operatives to swing into action. Well, did I just say now is the time? They should have swung into action from the very first start, yeah? When he was abducted. But then, let's move on to this one where hoodlums on Monday attacked some members of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, enforcing the ongoing indefinite strike in Jos, the Plateau State capital. Well, the attack, which was carried out by louts at a private transport company, landed some of the striking forces in hospital. Now, this is the part that I don't like about issues like this, because when we start to have this kinds of rifts, it only goes on to bringing about injuries, and of course we see people, in fact it could even lead to death. I'm not cool about that. Well, the organized labor has vowed never to back down as the indefinite strike initiated against the non-completion of the national minimum wage negotiation exercise and the passage into law and the vexations hike in electricity tariff enters the second day. Okay. Now, the immediate past governor of Sokoto State and senator representing Sokoto South, Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, has cautioned President Bola Tinubu to stop dissociating himself from Muhammadu Buhari's administrative failure. Ooh. That is something. Tambuwal, who spoke in Sokoto at the People's Democratic Party PDP stakeholders meeting, said Tinubu was part of Buhari's failure. Okay, I don't know how far that statement goes though, but the police in Abuja have commenced investigations into the circumstances surrounding the transfer of about 1 billion naira by a Bureau de Change operator in Abuja. Shamsuddin Ahmed made the transfer through 3 banks to suspected criminals who reportedly offered to sell $1 million from Dubai to him. Alrighty. Now, the financial technology company, an OPay, has reaffirmed its strict prohibition of cryptocurrency and virtual asset trading on its platform. The company said, as a compliant organization committed to upholding legal, constitutional, and regulatory duties, there is a priority for safety, strength, and integrity of the financial system. Finally, the 3 people narrowly escaped death, oh thank God, on Monday in a road accident involving 2 vehicles at the Maboro end of Lagos Ibadan Expressway. Well, it was gathered that the incident happened at about 6:30 p.m. All right, they escaped it. Whether it was narrowly or not, well, they escaped it. But please, if this is an issue that has to do with overspeeding, this is not just talking about the Lagos resident now. This is talking about each and every one of us who use the roadways. Please maintain some sanity. There should be no loss of lives due to road incidents or accidents. Please. I'm begging each and every one of us, drive safely and drive responsibly, knowing fully well that every other person whose hands are not behind the wheels or whose hands are behind the wheel are insane. You're the only person who has some sense, so show them what it means to have sense. Let's get on to the front pages now, as I see quite a number of dailies staring at me as I'm staring back at them. But I'm not just going to stop at staring. Let us bring them to your audiovisual consciousness. Right now, let's get on with the Guardian newspaper. Big story on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. Businesses groan as labor grounds economic activities. That's not even a thing to say, because it is indeed the reality. Page 6 has got that story right there, and you can see a lot of pictures, solidarity pictures right there on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. Now let's take you to page 3. Strike. Passan shuts down National Assembly, cuts electricity supply. Whew. Even the National Assembly is feeling it. Okay, to page 12, towards local governments that work. Okay, that's an editorial you should see right there with the Guardian newspaper. Now I'm looking at this one now. Judicial discretion. When benches disposition goes against the law. That is an analysis. You would find it on page 4. Mandate INEC to learn from South Africa's poll. Uriwa tells National Assembly. Page 5 has got that story right now. Let's also get you to page 30. NLC tackles federal government's National Assembly for prioritizing national anthem bill over workers' welfare. Okay. I'm not going to say no more on that one, but let's just move away from the Guardian newspaper as I bring to you the Daily Trust newspaper. Big story on the front page. Minimum wage. Labor strike grounds activities nationwide. And that one you'd find on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. And yeah, that's about all on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper. For some reason, I don't even know. But then it makes the work even easier as we move away from the Daily Trust now and get onto the Vanguard newspaper. With the Vanguard newspaper right now, I see this one for Tuesday, June 4, 2024, the 444 thing. Yeah, it resonates. Yeah, don't you think? But the big story says Labor shuts Nigeria as wage talks resume today. Page 5 has got that story. Man, a lot of writers did that one. First writer, Soldiers Bar journalist from OSGF as Akume meets Labor. All right, second writer, federal government asks Labor to return to negotiations. All right, third writer, Tinubu, Akpabio, Abbas meet in Aso Rock. Why are they meeting? I don't know. But then we've got this one. Army dismisses NLC's allegation on surrounding meeting venue. Yeah, I saw that one. Okay, and this one right here, blackout looms as worries shut down power. As workers shut down power sector. Well, we are said to be the most populous black nation, but yesterday it was the most population black nation blackout situation. Well, anyways, then bringing this one to you too, still a writer to that big story. Oil workers stop fuel distribution. You see what I'm talking about? All right, this one says all ports nationwide, banks, schools, airports shut. Flight grounded. Passengers stranded. That's just okay. I'll get to this one now. Federal government labor must return to negotiation table to avert mass sufferings. LP has got that to say. Muslims, pilgrims stranded as strike forces planes to return empty to Saudi Arabia. Please find a way around, please, so they can come back. Anyways, though, this one right here as well, we see this one now. It is still a writer. Consider workers' plight. Take action to implement living wage. Tells federal governments. That would be, of course, in strong solidarity with the organized labor, NLC and TUC, respectively. All right, so you'd find that story on page 5. I said it before. I'm saying it again for reiteration purposes. Now, let's get on to just above the Vanguard newspaper, front banner. We'll see this one. It says, NAMA MD. Well, we don't mean meats now. NAMA MD meets wants reversal of 50% IGR deduction in interest of safety. Okay, page 8 has got that one. And Presidential Committee canvasses 1% revenue cost of collection. Page 9 has got that story. Page 21 now. Government reforms shouldn't push Nigerians into poverty. Ajero is saying that one right there. Well, there is a revoking for a certain bank's license. Talking about Heritage Bank's license. Okay, why we revoked Heritage Bank's license? CBN has got that to say. You'd find that story on page 29 of the Vanguard newspaper. And that would be all for the Vanguard newspaper as we take an eagle's wings into yet another daily. That will be the Punch newspaper right now. This is the Punch newspaper's front story, big story. Minimum wage. Federal government offers over 60,000 naira. Labor may end strike. May end strike. Right. Well, so sad it's not even in the month of May. This is June. Well, anyways, please, Labor, let's do something about the strike. Right? And let's got one writer to it. Negotiation panel to meet daily. NLC, TUC, ground schools, banks, power greed. This is serious. You would find the story on pages 2 and 21 of the Punch newspaper. Just to the side of the Punch newspaper right now, IOC's not selling crude to our refinery, says Dangote. All right, page 27 has got that story now. Y'all can see what's going on right now at the base of the Punch newspaper. Let me punch you with these ones. Page 21, foreign reserves fall by 1.8 billion US dollars in 10 weeks. All right, page 15. Sharp eyes have got now. Water from Benin. Border agency rescues Ogun communities, all right, after a report that went out there. Now, let's get on to page 21 now. Nigeria, UAE face off, settled visa insurance or visa issuance begins soon. All right, I should take that one again so that we can have a very smooth one. Nigeria, UAE face off, settled. Visa issuance begins soon. Federal government has got that to say. Above the Punch newspaper banner now, I'm working to improve quality of life. Tinubu has got that to say. Page 12 has got that story. Alrighty. And this very last one with the Punch newspaper, Heritage Bank, NDIC begins refund. Highest depositors get 5 million naira. Alright, it's got one rider to it. CBN, NDIC ask creditors to file claims. Reps urge transparency. Alrighty. Okay. The Nation newspaper is where we are at. And for the Nation's newspaper for today, the Nation newspaper is still being old. They're still reading for a Monday. So let's sway away from the Nation newspaper and bring to you the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Hopefully we would have been able to capture the reality for the Nation newspaper today, right? But the Nigerian Tribune newspaper right now has got a big story. Minimum wage, I mean, that's the talk. Total shutdown as NLC TUC begin strike. They begun the strike. Come on, Nigerian Tribune. But anyways, the strike is still ongoing, and there's not been a very concrete conversation as to whether or when this indefinite strike, keep in mind, indefinite strike, would come to a close. All right, but it's got a couple of riders to it. Government secretariats, businesses, hospitals, airports, seaports, power supply affected. Second rider, shelve strike now. Comply with legal procedures. Police tells labor. All right. And this one right here, call off strike. Return to roundtable. Federal government appeals to labor. Alrighty. And this one right here, still with as a writer to that big story, don't be tired of negotiations. Sultan appeals to workers. Oh, don't be tired now. Okay. All right. And the last writer to that big story, SGF in emergency meeting with labor leaders. Alrighty, yeah. Okay, pages 3, 25, and 30, just to show you how important this conversation is all about. It has to be spread across 3 pages with the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Alright, then let's look at this one right now. Just at the naval area of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, police will abide by federal government's decision on state policing. IGP has got that to say. Page 28, it's got that story. Tragedy at Force headquarters as DCP dies. Okay. Yeah. Okay, dies in office. I'm trying to make sense of it. Page 5 has got that story though. Well, you want to find out what's going on with that story? You should get a copy of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Now, I see this one now. Army hands over 8 rescued students to Kogi government. Right. Page 4 has got that story. And this is where we are calling it a close for the dailies right now, but not a close to your voices, because your voices must be heard. But as you do so, please engage with civility, engage with responsibility, and keep it at 1 minute 30 seconds so that every other family member can have their say loudly and clearly right here in this arena, right? It is the pages. Okay, you can get across social media platforms right there and see that we are strong. We have a strong presence. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. Yes, we are there. And X. Okay, well, I mentioned that, Twitter. Okay, I'm going to really get used to this X thingy. But yeah, X is the name for Twitter this time, in case you didn't know. Yeah, at Eagles FM Abuja, and find out that we have that presence right there. Do well to engage too across these social media platforms where we have a shade. You have a shade, yes. That being said, though, let's bring the numbers into your audiovisual consciousness. The number for you to call is 0907 353 0044, or you can call 0908 766 8888, and the WhatsApp portal number, where I would admonish us, please keep it short and simple, go straight to the point. 1 minute 30 seconds for the voice note, and then please, if you're sending a message, just be very direct with it, and let's get on with it. 0909 705 4450. That is the WhatsApp portal number that you can send your messages to. Even a text message would do, right? And we would check it out. Don't be discouraged. Send me a message via the Twitter handle. Send me a message via the Facebook page wall. Get onto the YouTube channel to send a message, and we'll do well to get across these platforms and bring your messages globally through the instrumentation of my voice. Right? We got a call already. Let's take it. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, please.
This is Bright.
Bright. Yeah, Bright, welcome aboard.
Tinubu is trying to bring a better life to Nigeria.
Exactly.
Tinubu, come and see the better life you are giving us. Come to this area and see the better life you are giving us. The better life of no life, nowhere, no hope for food. A new hope is now a dash hope. Come and see the type of life, insecurity everywhere, under development. That is the type of life we are improving. Is this improvement or the improvement, or what should I call it? Every day, the federal government will keep on issuing lands to the citizens. Every day, this UAE, they have. During Buhari, APC said they have sorted grass. Buhari, Tinubu come, they have said, now again, they have sorted it out. When will the federal government be a responsible father that we tell the children, this is where we are, and it becomes exactly where they are? You know that I was listening to, is it the Prime Minister or President of Switzerland? He was saying how many 2 years in office. He said, so, we have done this one. In road construction, we have done this one. In energy, we have done this one. He said they did, specifically. But in Nigeria, we will. HCM boss, we will. Good oil, we will. Refinery, we will. When will that will be? Is it not something that is alive that we will that will? Nigeria.
Okay. All right, Bright, I get that. Well, Bright reacting right there where the president has said that he is poised to bring in the change indeed. Well, let me know what you think. We'll still give it to the president, though, still. I've not seen a president that has been very vocal as the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And he has, in some ways, shown that, look, I'm trying to, commit myself to my people. You could see it from what he did with what went down with in the meeting yesterday, where he had come out to very clearly state that, look, we will take this above 60,000 naira, and whatever it takes, we will abide. All right? Appealing to the labor to call off the strike. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Yudi.
Yes, please, good morning.
My name is Chinonso.
Chinonso? Welcome, Chinonso.
Yes. You see, Yudi, the type of government we are now, the more you look, and at the rest you see, you're trying to give us a better life.
Chinonso, sorry, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, can you speak up a bit so we can, yeah.
Sharp ears right now, sharp ears, like you say, sharp eyes. I hear you very well.
Okay, can you speak up so we can hear you?
You're trying to give us better life.
Okay.
The way Nigeria now, the way you think is now, no life, nothing works here like right now with this level and tendency strike. And this Sultan says they should not be tired of negotiation. Like every day, the level and the government will be negotiating. Every day they will be negotiating. 1 year they will keep negotiating for minimum wage. I understand. Thank you very much.
All right, Chinonso right there. With the reality of what we face, can we indeed say that we are having that better life? Big question. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Yudi.
Yes, good morning to you, please.
This is Felix from Lambata.
Felix, welcome aboard. Been a while.
Felix from Lambata.
Yeah, Felix, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I said the same thing. Welcome aboard, Felix. Yeah,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
My regards to all highly esteemed callers and the listeners. UDC, this defeat cannot continue forever. Imagine, telling us that we are talking with the labor and the government is committed to making the minimum wage above 50,000. 61 is above. 62 is above. Please, labor, don't listen to political talk. Let them be specific. Let them agree to their terms. Or let there be an agreement, a particular amount, before you call up the strike. We are ready, we are supporting you, and we are ready to follow you through and through. This is not the new hope. They promise us. Nigerians are suffering. For how long will Nigerians continue to suffer? If people do something. If you are tired, resign and let somebody else come on board. Thank you very much.
Okay, Felix right there giving us point of view. 0907-353-0044 or 0908-766-8888. These are the numbers to connect with. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, please.
Yes, my name is Bulus Paul Abu from Masaka.
Okay, I didn't quite get the name. What's your name?
My name is Bulus Paul Abu from Masaka.
Bulus. Okay, Bulus, welcome aboard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to talk about this NFT strike. I think at this point in this country, we need to discuss more and more important things and more relevant things. Because now, we're talking about the minimum wage. Sir, we're surprised to the day before yesterday, being at normal price, local market in Masaka is 2,300 naira per mudu. So if you are fighting, what about the market woman? What about the private sectors? What about those people that don't even work in the government? You are not saying that you need minimum wage. You are not more concerned about the prices of, let's regulate, let's make government control those prices, stuff, and fuel and other things that will now bring down the price of those things. Our currency should appreciate, have value. We're talking about 60,000, minimum wage 70,000. If you take 70,000 naira to market, you cannot buy food that can give your family for 2 weeks. That's 70,000 naira they are fighting at. By the time they give you 70,000 or 100,000 minimum wage, the market woman will add her money. The farmer will increase the price of things. Transportation will increase. Because everybody needs to live on that same money you are collecting. So as you collect the money from government, you will not take it to the market again. So please, let's discuss how those prices of things go down in the market. Or let that things roll life.
Okay.
Other things will be easy for us. Thank you.
Right. Okay. We'll tackle the issue of fuel. Maybe every other thing might just begin to fall into place. Well, still taking your reaction. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
This is Ifeachukwu calling you from Kuchikau.
Ifeachukwu, welcome aboard.
In fact, Mr. President is playing with the tail of a lion. He's putting Nigeria in the place that you know that when Nigeria, this is workers, it will reach a time that both the market women and the majority of Nigeria will go against him. Then, even the military did not treat us for that. He should not be treated us the way he's going. Open border, allow food to come in. Nigeria, you have created a lot of confusion, and you are still creating confusion. Why is 50,000? If you go to the market today, that is the reality. Are we animal? Even the dog in the house, they chop more than 100,000. Pay workers so that corruption will reduce. Pay people so that there will be abandonment of resources. You can't charge everything. Can we say Buhari to go and borrow money so that people could give us wahala? Sorry for you.
All right. Thank you for your thoughts right there Oh, that's a lot being said, right? But the conversation is still trending right here. And just to also let you in on the fact that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as of yesterday, had reaffirmed his administration's dedication to enhancing the quality of lives for each and every one of us. And he goes on, represented by the Vice President, Kashima Shettima. The President stated that at the commissioning of an expansion of the Outer Southern Expressway from the Villa roundabout to Ring Road, okay? Well, he said that the expansion of the Outer Southern Motorway would not only alleviate traffic congestion and improve transportation, but would also stimulate economic growth and create opportunities for prosperity, right? We're still taking your reactions right there. Like I always say, which of these headlines jumps at you, pops at you, screams at you, right? Or begs for your reaction. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my brother.
Good morning
this is
to
the voice
you.
of King Kennedy.
King K, welcome aboard. Where are you calling
Calling
from?
from Caro.
That's right,
Calling
perfect.
from Caro.
Perfect.
Thank you. I greet Issa Achuku specially.
Right.
He's somebody I respect so much. He's a senior citizen. I respect him so much.
Right.
Now, I want to quote what the president says. Do not pity me. I know the job. I can fix the job. That was what he once told us as Nigerians. I want to stand with the labor people. This is the only opportunity they have to fix things right. If it will take strike for the federal government, for the government of the day to listen to the yearnings of Nigeria and then fix things right, we stand with them. It will just shock you that some persons are just experiencing total blackout. But for some of us who live in Karo and some other axes in Nigeria, we're used to it.
Wow.
So welcome on board some of you that have just newly joined us. This is the suffering that some persons have been going through in Nigeria. It's a call for the federal government to work up and fix things right. Thank you. God bless Nigeria.
King K, God bless Nigeria too. Time, a wake-up call addressed by King K. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning to you, please. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. This is Prince Iconel. I'm calling from Karimo.
Okay, Prince Ike,
Anyway,
welcome aboard.
Yes, I'm opinion that this state police has to be implemented. Understand me, it's much awaited overdue. State policy. I get state policy. Yes, because if people, there's what we call environmental determinism that says when your environment is okay, you bring the best out of it to see the development, the improvement of that society, the advancement of that society.
Right.
When the environment is not okay, it will affect you emotionally, psychologically. I mean, when a better environment is included, you know, when your environment is awkward, with high sense of vulgarity and also what awkwardness and also vulgarity, it will affect you. It is people who are in the environment know people who are good and know who are bad. The bad eggs and also the good eggs. It's time for us to have state policing so that it will help us to take away all this all this nonsense, all this violence, all these kidnappers, all these people who are causing mayhem in the society. It's the injection of this crisis since 2009. Nigeria can never be the same. You know amount of people that have been wasted. You know amount of billions of naira that have been wasted in this manner. They should do it. We don't need any foreign to come and give us any prophet or soothsayer to come and help us.
All right, Prince Ike.
Much awaited overdue. So that there must be tranquility. There must be consolidation of our economy. There must be what we call, harmony with high sense of harmonization.
Okay.
Enough to this tragedy that has been going on. These people that are eating through this bastard situation, they should be seized because whatever a man sows is what he or she is going to is going to reap.
Right, Prince Ike. Okay, Prince Ike.
Please, thank you.
Thank you so much, Prince Ike. Appreciate your thoughts on this one. The part that really got me, whatever a man sows, that is what you will reap. So you can't eat your cake and have it, and you don't think you'll get away with it, because the truth is, it will always come back, to you. It may not come to you directly. may come to your children, may come to a generation unborn. Now, why would you want to put, Nigeria in a state of mess for whereby the generation that is to come is the generation that gets to suffer for it, when we can actually fix it? So let's fix it now that we are still breathing. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, please.
It's Moses.
Moses, welcome aboard,
Yeah,
Moses.
thank you.
Yes,
The voice
please.
this morning is excited.
Right. Very well.
Keep it up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think one of your caller make a comment that all of us here we are laughing. Maybe if what is affecting all, they will take an action.
Right.
Now that there is no light, everybody is in darkness. And because of this strike, I think everybody is feeling the pain. If everybody will feel the pain of insecurity, if everybody will feel the pain of hunger, most of our leaders would have taken action. I believe that let them put themselves into the shoe of the ordinary Nigerians. That is our thing. We talk about school. You don't want to meet the needs of these our schools because most of their children are not schooling here. That is the challenge we are facing, UD. If they should have the mindset of having the ordinary Nigerians at heart, Nigerians will not face the problem we are facing. So I believe that this strike that is affecting all will make an action to take place. Thank you, UD. God bless you.
All right, thank you, Moses. God bless you too. The strike might just be the action way out. Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Barrister.
Good morning to you, my brother.
Yes, my name is Barrister Hassan. I'm calling from Airport 2.
All right, Barrister Hassan, welcome aboard. Let's have your take.
Yes, I greet all Nigerians, I greet all the listeners.
Right.
Look, I thank the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Nigerian government for deciding to maturely reach a conclusion.
Exactly.
In due course. What I just want to say is that we as Nigerians should put more premium, more importance on increasing productivity, so that no matter how our salaries are, we can afford the abundant food items, services around us. Because it is not how high or how big our salaries are that matters, but how we're able to produce enough goods and services to go around. I still remember when I was a junior state counsel in the Federal Ministry of Justice.
Right.
I was earning 300 and something naira, and I could feed my temperature myself. I bought my car for 5,000 plus naira. That was because the value of the naira was high. That's what we should be doing now. Because if you say workers should earn 500,000, and we don't have enough in food items, by the time you know it, market women will increase their prices, transporters will increase their prices, and at the end of the day, there's nothing, to write home about.
Right.
Understand?
Barrister,
So let us
I get it.
increase productivity so that we can easily afford the goods and services around us.
Okay.
May God bless us.
God bless us too, Barrister. Barrister Hassan right there. Increase productivity so that these monies can make some sense. If not, you might just be putting water in a basket. But let's also let you in on the fact that, look, as of yesterday alone, Nigeria's economy that is already bleeding loses 113 billion naira to Monday's power shutdown. Well, that is what is going on right there, from aviation to power supply to seaport, public healthcare. That's even the part that really gets to me the most, the healthcare part. I mean, how did they even survive as at yesterday? I don't get it. I'm trying to understand it though, but my mind is too little to Indeed, imagine the unimaginable. Nigeria's bleeding economy brought to its knees. Yesterday, as organized labor embarked on a nationwide industrial action to force the government to an acceptable compromise on the ongoing minimum wage negotiations. Well, the economy lost 113 billion naira. Well, I already said that. Well, that would be just to the shutdown of the national grid alone, and it left the Transmission Company of Nigeria struggling to restore power supply to homes and industries. Well, that's what's going on, though. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning, please. Please turn down the volume on your radio set. Turn down the volume. Turn down the volume on your radio set, please.
Hello.
Turn down the volume on your radio set.
Can you hear me?
Yes, loudly and clearly. Now, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
All right. I am Mike from Kubwa.
Mike, welcome aboard. Let's have your take.
Please, Lagos should not allow the president to deceive them. That is the way. Lagos
Okay.
should stand to their feet until they reach a very good compromise that will be signed and stamped that they will pay. That is his way. I know him very well. Thank you very much.
You know who very well. Oh, come on, please. Please, let's just be very civil. How do you please don't say things that's fathomless, like you can't I can't even fathom what you said now. The last part, no, please. You know him very well. Come on. If you're asked to answer for this now, you wouldn't be able to answer. Please don't do that. Don't do that. But yes, the part where you said labor should stand its ground, well, that is your take, and maybe many Nigerians also support that. Well, keep it coming though. 0907-353-0044 is that number to call. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay, that's a miss. Or you can call 0908-766-8888. The WhatsApp portal number, wow, the WhatsApp portal number has a number of messages and voice notes. Well, I'll still give it to you because we will accommodate each and every one of us in a short bit. 0909-705-4450 is that number to call, right? The number to send your WhatsApp messages to, whether a voice note or a text message or a WhatsApp portal message. But please keep it short and simple. 1 minute, 30 seconds for the VN. And yes, for the messages, let's just go straight to the point. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is GB. Good morning.
GB, welcome aboard. Been a while. Oh, well, we spoke yesterday, yeah? We spoke yesterday.
This labor and government negotiation, I've heard any comment and remarks and all those things. It looks as if the concept is that it's only better that will pay this money.
It's only what?
It's that it's only the federal government that will pay the money.
Right.
Because if you look at the negotiation, it will be more prominent. The federal government will be more prominent in negotiation. The
Right.
state the government will be very silent, and the private sector. I think in the end, that law will only be payable and affordable. The salary will be what is payable and what is affordable.
Right.
Because some states now could not pay 30,000 naira. And number is paying 34,000, and some states not actually pay 18,000. In the end, whatever they agree, the federal government will not be binding on anybody. That's where we are going now. And the private sector will pay whatever is affordable and payable.
Okay.
Because if somebody said that the lowest paid staff should collect 200,000 naira, how many schools in Abuja here can afford that to pay a gardener, a cleaner 300,000 naira, and they will not increase their school fees, and that business will survive? How many supermarket can pay a cleaner 300,000 naira and it will survive? In this situation, how many private business can pay that? And in the end, where it will be, it will not be minimum wages again. It will be law about payable and affordable wages.
Okay,
That's
GB.
what we are tending to.
All right,
Because
GB.
you can't take my pay, you go away. That's what the private sector, that what will happen in the end, in the private sector.
Okay.
And the governor will say, we only pay what is payable in our state. Then I will now wonder what labor will do at that time.
All right.
If some states together cannot pay 30,000 naira, and labor did not go on strike in those states.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, GB. Straight to the point. Very direct, very sensible, strong argument, GB, you put out there. Yeah, but then let's get on to the WhatsApp portal now so that we can also satisfy every other family member via the WhatsApp portal. Let's take the messages first and then we get to the VNs. All right, starting with this one right about now would be, says, good morning to you, my brother Uduak Daniel. Good morning to you. Congratulations for seeing another day. That's right, I tell you. Every day is worth congratulating for. This is Samuel from Kuje. Samuel, welcome aboard. National Assembly asking INEC to emulate South Africa. I laugh in my native dialect. How can National Assembly forget the issues on the ground that is biting the masses very hard? And they are asking INEC to emulate South Africa. Please, these people should know that we are not fools in this country. People are dying of hunger on a daily basis. Terrorists, bandits, and kidnappers have taken over some villages in the country. They are not planning on how to better our lives. God, please help us and deliver us in this country. I rest my case. Have a fulfilled day, UD. All right. I had to rest my breath to taking your message. Thank you so much, Samuel, for that one. This one coming from Sanusi, texting from Suleja. The hardship is becoming unbecoming by them shutting down the national grid. Something drastic has to be done. Everything is at standstill, Sanusi says. Okay, let's get to this one. Good morning, UD. Good morning to you too. Says, how you doing? Well, you already know. We're pushing it. In as much as I will commend Labour for their efforts to make things work, but I must state the fact that they are not going the right direction. Let's assume the government agrees to the 400,000 naira minimum wage. Things would skyrocket automatically. Inflation rates would increase as well. What they should have done is to fight for the government to reduce fuel price down to 100 so that food prices would reduce, transportation would reduce as well. Then it will affect everybody positively. NLC should fight to reduce fuel price down, not minimum wage. Minimum wage issue just for government workers, not for Nigerians. God bless you, Joseph Jojo from Piakasa. Bless you too, Joseph Jojo. Strong point you brought out there. Good morning, Mr. Uduak D. Oh, Uduak D. I like it. All right, says, could the ongoing labor strike produce a fruitful result that is capable of favoring non-civil servants or reproduce more hardship to the vulnerable citizens that can no longer eat rice, beans, and common gari that is produced in our land? Maybe very soon there will be no space in the mortuary for putting the dead that hunger and strike will kill. I can hear somebody say, I bind this one. I bind this talk. Well, anyway, Samson, understood your point of saying that, look, if we are not doing, the needful now, it might just, exacerbate the untold hardship that we are facing at the time. Samson right there from Luwe says, well, then we should get this one down. And finally, we would now get into your voice notes. Good morning, Obong Uduak Daniel. Good morning to you too. Do have a fantastic day at work. Yes, I am. It says, since the tripartite committee was set up in October last year to negotiate on the minimum wage, those on the federal government side were dilly-dallying and behaving as emperors, dictating and procrastinating what could have been done within a period of time. But now that the fire is on the mountain and the already sick economy has started shrinking in trillions of naira by the day, those in the corridors of power have now woken up from slumber, because if the trend continues, it will be difficult for them to sustain their luxury lifestyles. We pray the labor to be strong enough to negotiate and get a living wage from these people before calling off the strike, or else a luta continua. God bless Nigeria. Comrade Ulo Basi, Buhari Area Council, FCT. Okay, what a standpoint that is. Now let's jump into your voice notes, right? And should we be able to, handle the voice notes in time, we would get back to the voice calls. All right, let's start off with this one right here and right now. 2 voice notes. Which are we taking first? Okay, that should be the second.
Good morning, Mr. Uduak.
Good morning to
you,
please.
My name is Engineer Moses from Kaduna Road.
Welcome, Engineer.
My name is Engineer Moses from Kaduna Road.
Yeah.
Please, I want our president to do the needful. Check out the way people are suffering. Transport high cost of living. A common man cannot afford to feed his family. 3 square meal. I don't know where this country is going to. Let God help us. Thank you.
All right. Well, it may be but it holds a lot of water.
Good Good morning, Udwak.
Good morning to you.
I greet you. I greet the listeners of our darling station.
Yeah.
Alami from Apple Legislative Quarters this morning.
All right,
on the strike, Udwak, it is now in record that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, in 5 months, less than 1 year in office, allow coup attempt against his government by NLC, Nigerian Labour, compromise and bias Nigerian Labour Congress, who endorsed and supported openly a candidate in the 2023 general elections. There is nowhere in the world, Udwak, where I have heard or read where a union shut down the nation's airport, the national power supply, hospitals, waterways. These are symptoms of coup attempt. This can only happen when there is a coup attempt in a country. And you're going as far as even flogging and causing bodily harm to others who do not want to embark on the strike. There's freedom of association in Nigeria and our constitution. Again, I'm afraid that the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has given too much power to Joe Ajaero and his gang, and it doesn't look good for us if we are going to be having a union that wake up overnight and just go and shut down the national grid, shut down the airport, shut down our waterways, hospitals, and basic social amenities. I'm afraid for Nigeria. Thank you so much.
All right, Alamin, let's not also, as much as we are trying to make our points, Joe Ajaero and his gang. We're talking about workers now, please. These are human beings. These are not a gang of people who probably have no refinement in terms of education and enlightenment. Let's give it to them, all right? It is very important. Okay, but then, thanks for your message on that one. Let's also get on to this one now. Yet another VN. Okay, let's take this.
Chief Leader, good morning.
Good morning to you.
This is Anthony Witness.
Anthony Witness.
I am straight to the point.
Yeah.
I think somebody, challenged Mr. President that he should not exonerate himself from the activities of the past regime. That has to do with Buhari. He should not exclude himself. He was part and parcel of it. That is true now. He himself said it by himself. That was why he was saying Emilekon. So I have helped to you as an agreement. It is my turn. So he has never denied it, even from the first campaign, even in the second campaign. He was the brain behind it, and he even openly said it that he is the brain behind the emergence of Buhari. So he exonerating himself or excluding himself from him is not acceptable. That is one. Number two, finally, people who are saying Labour should continue negotiation. How long will they negotiate? Right from time. It is not something that is peculiar to Tinubu's government. Right from time, they've been negotiating and nothing has been coming out of it. In fact, government will always make caricature of the negotiation because they will not fulfill their part of the negotiation. So the only language Nigerian politicians and leaders hear and know is strike, as far as Labour is concerned, since they've killed protest in this country. So it is strike. So Labour should go on. I am feeling the pain myself. Everything I have in the freezer is gone. I cannot even do what I'm supposed to do. But then we must make sacrifice now. If we continue to look for comfort zone, nothing will move in this country. So we must make sacrifice. We must suffer pain in order to gain something tomorrow. So let them go ahead. Thank you. Have a good day. Good talk.
All right, Anthony, Witness right there. Thanks for your take. But then let me quickly bring this to you. Symptoms of a coup attempt in a country. Well, some of them include the increased military activity and movement of troops, unusual gatherings and meetings among military officers and political leaders, rumors and leaks of discontent among military ranks and political factions, sudden changes in military leadership or command structure, unexplained deployment of military units to strategic locations, restrictions on civilian movement and gatherings, curfews and martial law declarations, disruption of communication services, phone, internet, media, arrest and detentions of political opponents and activists, sudden changes in government policies or announcements, unusual activities around key government buildings and infrastructure, and reports of weapons distribution and armed cages, increased surveillance and intelligence gathering, divisions and factions within the military and government, economic instability and currency fluctuations. Well, this does not show that the Labour has done anything that should call for a coup. All right, it doesn't show it. All right, and this is. I'm sure the Labour has a ground standing constitutionally, right, to express themselves, and so the striking would be one of the ways that they can do that, even though quite a number of Nigerians are saying that should have been the last resort. But come on, with what's been going on, shouldn't this be the last resort? You should tell me. But then I'm seeing yet another message right here. Let's get on to it very quickly. All right, getting through with this one.
My name is Polycat from Super.
All right, Polycat.
My own take is Labour. Yes, they are really fighting for their own rights. I'm asking what of the private sector? The private sector, will they be left behind? Who's going to fight for the private sector? Because this thing is a two-way thing. If the Labour even eventually succeeds, just as one of the callers just said, who is going to fight? Who is going to defend the private sector? And the thing will still not work. Why not the Labour fight for the main point on Nigerians' issue, like the petroleum sector? the electricity sector. If the Labour insists on these two things, let it work the way it's supposed to work. It will affect everybody will benefit from it. It will not be only the government workers. So the thing keeps baffling me. I don't understand the way it will work, because if eventually Labour succeeds and they even get 100,000 naira, then what happens? What will happen to the private sector? What will happen to the market women? What will happen to the organizers? What will happen to the bricklayers? What will happen to those people who does not do white collar jobs? You see, the problem will not be solved. The issue remains that the government really have to tackle the main thing. I don't know why the government is running away from these two aspects, the petroleum and the electricity sector. Is there any evil in that the government cannot resolve? I just want this answer. Thank you.
All right. Is there an evil in that the government cannot solve? I see this one is a VN, a voice note. 2 minutes. No. It will be cut down.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning
Mr.
to
Yudi.
you. Yeah.
My name is Udo Kama. I'm working for Suleja. Mr. Yudi, minimum wage, can we be honest to ourselves? If they are to pay you now 60,000 naira as a family man, maybe with you, your wife and your 2 kids, can 60,000 be able to sustain you and your family for the next 1 month? And being honest in your work, you don't want to be corrupt, you don't want to take bribe, you don't want to touch what is not yours. Can that sustain you? Can you actually do that work with all your heart without looking elsewhere? You see, this is the main reason why I am in support of this strike, because a politician who sometimes do not even do the work he was voted to do will be collecting millions upon millions. Okay, let's just use this instance. The House of Rep, they gather together and pass the old national item to be the one that will be decided now, and they were paid for sitting. Allowance was given to them for sitting to pass that national item, and this is how they have been paying. This is how they have been receiving allowance to make sure that they are working, and you are.
All right, so Doc, I cannot go further. I mean, that would be too long to get on to, but you made your point, and it's really loud. I see this one coming from Don. Let's get on to hearing Don.
Hello, good morning, my brother Udrak. How was the night? My name is Don. Okay, quickly, I want to respond to the headline that talks about giving Nigerians a better life. I think the right thing is supposed to be we are giving the politicians or the political class a better life, because that is exactly what it is. Their salaries and packages has increased, the buying of new SUVs, new houses, whatever. But you know what? That of the Nigerians, ordinary Nigerians, the common Nigerians, is going down every day drastically. The life of Nigerians are going down every day. What is it that has improved? What is it that Nigerians can beat their chest and say that they have enjoyed or they are enjoying as a Nigerian in this country? And yet they want to give us a better life. And some of us, I also blame us, we want to make excuses for government officials, government people who said they are going to fix country. And we are saying they are trying. How are they trying? Are they paid to come and try? They are paid. They have said they are going to fix it. If you can't fix it, you get out of there. So that the people who knows what to do will get in. That is how it's supposed to be. You make comparison with the best country in the world, not the worst. You don't make comparison with the bad government. You make comparison with the best government. Okay. Thank you. Have a blessed one.
Right. Thank you, and have a blessed one right there, Don. Thank you. Comparison should be made with the best ones and not the worst ones, you say?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Yes.
My name is GB from Life Camp.
Right, GB.
Since the Labour went on strike due to breakdown in negotiation with the
GB,
government.
I don't mean to, cut you off, but I mean, we spoke via voice call. But let's also allow for others to have their voice, heard.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
My name is Philip from Libre.
All right.
I want to talk on the strike and the negotiation between Labour. One thing I want Nigerians to know is that even if federal government should increase its salary, they will still collect it back by increasing different taxes. Because the president has said even long before he came on power that they should reduce purchasing power, increase tax, and all those things. So he's fulfilling it. People should not say anything. That is that. And secondly, on this negotiation, the Senate that waited in the other time, who sat down, who negotiated before they increased all their allowances? I don't think that happened. I don't think it even took them up to 5 days. But when it's come to things that will benefit a common Nigerian, they find it so difficult to just make sure that it works. It's showing us that we don't have leaders that want to sacrifice. We only have people that want to come and enjoy themselves with the national resources. I pray God will help us in this country. And for the blackouts, some people are used to it already. So I just wish that they feel the little pain that an African Nigerian feels outside. Thank you.
Right.
Have a wonderful deliberation.
Okay. I just wish that that this rain falls on everybody's roofs is what you say, Philip. Well, it's really falling on everybody's roof this time. And yes, you're beginning to see action, right? And that's what Nigerians want to see. We want action. And let's just wrap up with this one from Abbas, reporting from Dusay. Says, good morning, Sir UD. Good morning to you. Says, for me, I think labor action is uncalled for. Are we saying that at this time, labor does not have other means of agitating with government than going on strike? Whatsoever shut down or National Grid must be arrested. Okay, this not how to go about strike action when they are still on the negotiating table. Oh, I get that, Abbas. Well, I said that was going to be the last. Well, I'm sorry. Let me just squeeze this one in because it is on the on the front page of the underneath the television screen on our Facebook page wall. Yeah, and this one says, good morning, UD. Good morning to you. Godwin watching from live from Games Village. Well done, Godwin. It says, you look great in that outfit of yours. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thanking the labor union for their efforts so far. Also admonishing them to accept the next offer so that we can move on. Nigeria, we hail thee. And that is where we say a bye-bye on this very segment of the Eagles Morning Rise. I want to say a big thank you to each and every one of us. Thank you so much for allowing yourselves to add our voices and, of course, ensure the progress of our dear nation, Nigeria, right? And the next voice that you'll be hearing would be the voice of Vicky Vic as it comes up here to take you on a journey on Eagles Wings Sports on Eagles Wings right here. I'll be right back, 9 a.m. Don't go away.